got it. I got it. Okay, we're gonna get started. Is everybody in already? Carlotta, Rachel, I'm asking you. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, we have all our presenters and backup, and we've got about 25
And no
guests.
one's in the waiting room?
Every as they coming in, we're getting them in.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
Morning.
Let me go up. You know, so glad to see everybody in the box as we look forward to moving out of the box. And I apologize, I got to get one more bio. 1 second.
And good morning. Oh, and if you guys, we're going to do introductions. So please, at least during introductions, can you put your camera on so we can see your wonderful faces and do a brief introduction of your name and your business? And we're going to get started pretty soon.
And don't forget to say if you're a Chatham Business Association member. So again, my name is Melinda Kelly. Welcome to our monthly membership meeting. Again, we have brought you great presenters. As you know, unless you've been living under a rock, you know, we're all excited that we have the Discover Center here in Chatham. And I could tell you, they have come in with a bang of a partnership in terms of showing up and really trying to make sure one of the things they want to do actually is get to the business community, but there is a whole besides providing jobs and a nice real estate and property. There's a lot coming down the pipeline, and we're so excited to have them there. But before we get to our presenters, and I will go through this fast because I understand one of the presenters has a hard stop, but one of the other ones, who is the Director of Supplier Management and Diversity, will be here for the long run, and you probably have a lot of questions for him. So let's open the meeting. We'll start with introductions first, and then we'll have a moment of silence, a reflection with everything going on in Illinois in terms of what's happening in our city. One of the things, Chatham Business Association, many of you already are familiar, but we do believe that helping build up the business community can help the city of Chicago address some of the social ills, because we think that the disparity and the lack of participation in economic opportunities sort of result in crime. And that's why we think our business memberships are so important, because they are the ones that, by engaging them, getting them contracts, can hire from the community and really change the dynamics of our community. So exactly. Let's all just have a moment of silence to reflect on the fact that we're here, we're healthy post-COVID, and pray for those who are not here. And then pray for our business community that we all accomplish our goal, which is to get them engaged and help them change lives in our communities. Thank you for that. Let's start with introducing ourselves. So let me see if I can pull up the, so why don't we start with, I'm trying to see some people here. Oh, so one of our favorite new folks, Mr. Winston Atwater is on. Mr. Atwater, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, Ms. Linda Kelly. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great. Great to be part of this meeting. My name is Winston Atwater. I'm a businessman and a real estate entrepreneur. I live and own in Auburn, Gresham. I've been there for Me and my family been there for now 60 years plus. So I know the area pretty well, and I'm glad to be a part of this association.
Thank you for joining us. Benicio? Benicia White Johnson?
Venetia's part of Discovery.
Oh, okay. Tracy Sterling? Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Hi, my name is Tracy Sterling, owner and operator of Harold's Chicken, located on 75th and King Drive, and I'm a CBA member.
Thank you, Tracy. Another one of our great partners, Wendy Rice Smith. Wendy, you're still muted. Let me see. I will come back to her.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry. Good morning, everyone. I am a proud member of the Chatham Business Association, and I am proud that we have all weathered the storm and that we're coming out of this pandemic.
Tanya Hooks.
Yes, hi. Thank you, Melinda. I'm Tanya Hooks. I'm a longtime 30-plus-year resident. I'm also a beat facilitator for Beat 624 for Chicago Police, and that is from 75th to 80th King Drive back to Greenwood. So I'm going to put my phone number in the chat, and I'm anxious to connect with the business owners on my beat to encourage and just provide any kind of support we can for your business.
Thank you, Tanya. And we will also put in the chat, we're doing a business to business South Shore workshop on Friday. So we'll send that to you. If you could join us, that'll be great.
Okay.
It's for the businesses on the 79th Street. You can come out and meet them and the property owners.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Scott Baskin.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Scott Baskin. I'm the CEO of the Small Business Advocacy Council. And just thank you for asking us to attend today. We are not members of the Chatham Association, but we're certainly interested in trying to partner and help. Just very quickly, the SBAC is a not-for-profit organization, and our mission is to help small businesses throughout Chicago to help level the playing field. So particularly on a political end. So we fight trying to change the laws to make it better for small businesses throughout the city. And we also have another part of the SBAC that's focused on really helping small businesses through a mentoring and resource program. And if there's time at some point, we'd love to discuss our mentoring program. And
Great.
Thank you so much for having us.
Great to have good partners. Thank you. Sandy?
Hi, I'm Sandy Yano, and my company is Sandy Yano and Associates, and I do diversity and inclusion type consulting. And I'm not a member of the CBA, but I've been a friend of the organization for many, 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 many years, and just want to stay involved and keep my finger on the pulse and keep going. And just as Mr. Baskin said, just work with the small businesses and to make sure everybody gets their fair share.
Thank you, Sandy. I saw someone else here. I apologize. I'm rusty at this. I need Gwen. So, Deidre? Deidre Reyes?
It's Deidre Reese. Hi, good morning,
Hello.
everybody. My name is Deidre Reese. I think this is my second meeting really just trying to learn more about the group. I'm a small business owner, investing in real estate and also properties in the Chatham area, and I'm also a Chatham resident. So very excited to be here this morning.
Thank you for joining us. Jennifer, I think you're called, you need to mute. I think we can hear you. Frida? Frida?
You
Okay.
I have to get off. I have to get off mute. Hey guys, hello everyone. I'm Frida Madison, and with my husband Kevin Madison, we own Madison Enterprises Incorporated. We're real estate property managers, rehab and development, and we have property in Washington Heights and in Chatham, in Roseland as well, and we're members. Thank you.
Thank you. Ricky O'Neill.
Hi, my name is Ricky O'Neill. I won't be able to unmute my phone because I'm driving currently, but I'm with GWO Trucking and Construction. We're a trucking and construction firm, a trucking firm primarily working in the construction industry. And I honestly can't remember if we renewed our membership or not.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. Maurice? Maurice?
Hello,
Hi, Maurice.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Maurice Johnson. I live in the Chatham area, CBA member. I am a small business owner. I own a company called Antares Computer Systems. I resell the major computer products.
Thank you, Maurice. There's someone by LAXCO. LAXCO, do you want to introduce yourself? Okay. What about Kashan? Okay, I'm going to come back. Nikki?
Good morning. How is everybody? Nikki Harvey, the Deputy Director for the Office of Congressman Danny K. Davis, the Deputy District Director. I'm actually in 2 meetings right now, so that's why you can't actually see my face, but I can hear you. And I'm here for any assistance that we may be able to provide. And thank you for the invitation as always.
Thank you for joining us. Miss Ty?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Thyteria Towns with Chicago Public Schools. It's great to be here today. Hello, Melinda. Hello, Carletta. And also I want to give a shout out to Benicia White Johnson. I worked with her so many years with Chicago Public Schools, making sure that we connect our students with, in our previous role with Studio Movie Grill, and using the resource within our community. So I'm great to be here today with Discovery.
Ted? Hi, Ted, can you hear me?
I didn't understand what you had previously said. I guess you're calling on me. I'm Ted Hollander. My business is Complus Incorporated. We are professional controllers. You always pay for good accounting one way or another. I live in Beverly. We're members of Beverly Improvement Association, Beverly Area Planning Association, 95th Street Business Association, ACES Business Network Affair. I'm an advocate member of SBAC, and I run networking groups called CPA Net. Everybody's welcome. It's for CPAs and anybody else who can stand us. Come make some new friends.
Ella?
Hi, I work in the part of SBAC that Scott mentioned that does mentoring, SBAC Empower.
Welcome. And LAXCO, I'm coming back to you. Can you hear me? Says your camera's on, but you're not, I can't hear you. And then help me if I missed other people. I may have missed some.
Hi, good morning. This is Kashan with Mouse Development Incorporated. We're a veteran minority women-owned construction and development firm based out of Auburn, Gresham. We also own property in Auburn, Gresham as well, and have been working with the chamber here to really develop our business over the years. And just thank you for always allowing us to participate. And good morning to all.
Thank you, Krishan. Thank you for joining us. And there are some phone numbers on here as well, but if I missed anybody before I go to the staff and the board, can you just
My name
say
is
hello?
Tracy. Yes, my name is Tracy Quinn, CEO of Pink Hats Construction and Development Group, and also Pink Hats on Purpose, where we focus on abandoned properties, turning them into purpose homes for children come out of foster care and also prison reentry. And also I'm a member of the African American Farmers Association and Women of Wealth Empower, co-founder of Women of Wealth Empowerment Group, 16 ladies with businesses in the Chicagoland area. Thank you for having me. And I think I joined as a member a couple of months ago, but I'm not sure. But I live off 67th and South Shore. So thank you again for having me here.
Oh, great. And Tracy, don't forget to come to the meeting on Friday for the businesses. We'll put it in the chat, but thank you for joining us today and thank you for the work you do.
Hi, I'm Shonda Mays Jackson. I'm from Pershing Animal Hospital. I'm the practice administrator there, and we're looking to expand our emergency veterinary services to the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. So thank you so much for inviting me today.
Thank you for coming. And thank you guys for pitching in and helping me co-host here. Did I miss anybody else before I go to, April?
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning.
My name is April Williams Luster, and I'm the Outreach Director for Congresswoman Robin Kelly.
Thank you. Bruce Montgomery?
Yes. Hi, Melinda. This is Bruce Montgomery, longtime friend, longtime supporter of the CBA. I am a founder and president of an organization, the Entrepreneur Success Program, which provides advice and counsel to scalable businesses here in Chicago. Also, I am the co-host of a weekly show that focuses on economic development on WVON radio called Rebuilding Black Chicago, of which you and Jennifer have been a frequent guest of our show. And I am also involved with an organization called Energy Solutions, which is an energy efficiency ComEd business partner that provides services for small businesses and organizations that are looking to save money on energy expenses through a variety of technology activities that they can employ, some for free. And happy to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Latoya Smith?
Hi, Melinda. This is Latanya Senior Smith, the Executive Director of the Office of Business Diversity with CPS. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you all for joining us. I'm going to go to the board members and staff really quickly. Carl Riley, before you.
Good morning, everybody. It's Carl Riley from Fifth Third Bank. So I'm here to support you guys on the business lending side or advice. If you need some information on how to get yourself financed, or you need to understand how the banking system works, you got my information. I'll drop it in the link below, and then we'll go from there.
And we wouldn't be able to do the work without our board of directors. Corey Foster from ComEd, are you on?
Yes, good morning, Melinda and everyone at CBA. This is Corey Foster. I serve as the External Affairs Manager supporting the Chicago region and also an active board member of CBA. So glad to be with you this morning and glad to hear that Bruce was on as well, representing Energy Solutions.
Yes, and thank ComEd for all the work that we're doing. They're starting with the FIJA training. So as we get back into in person, and I think most of us are doing a hybrid, the goal is to do a hyper local to make sure we get folks educated about energy, that they're energy efficient in their personal and professional lives, and also to make sure that they're aware of contract opportunities as well as any training and development that may need for business development or workforce. I saw Antoine Shaw. Okay, so we can come back to the other folks. Let me quickly with the staff who without their work, you know, we wouldn't be here with all the programs we have. So we'll start off with letting Carletta Kelly say hi, and we'll give her a round of applause because she just had a birthday, as we all know. Carletta, you want to say hi?
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm the Assistant Executive Director for CBA.
And the interim executive director who just jumped in with both feet and doing a lot of great work, Jennifer Atkins.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here, and welcome to Discover for hosting today. And I look forward to getting a lot of good information.
And as you know, without from the GATA certifications to the MBE certifications to just to help with the business development tools, let me, I've got Beverly, Catherine, Cynthia, who's with the Auburn Gresham, Charles. I want everybody to say hello. Just back to back right quick, say hi.
Hello, everyone. This is Catherine Hill.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
guys.
This is Charles Edwards.
Love.
Hi, I'm Beverly.
And Catherine has been taking care of our South Shore corridor, and Cynthia has been taking care of our Auburn Gresham corridor. And you know, what would we do without Charles? I would be remiss. I don't know if he's on the phone, but Richard Willis, who is always there to help us with the financial end and helping businesses with the funding and just great assessments. I don't know if he's on, but if he is, he should say hello. And if not, we'll say hello. Oh, okay.
Good morning,
Did I miss?
everyone.
So without any further ado, I am going to, if I missed anybody, we're going to come back to you at the end because we're so appreciative of you being here. But let me start off with Jantice. Should I think I should introduce you first, I guess. She is a Southside native. She moved to Chicago from Phoenix 15 years ago. She's been with Discover for 10 years. She's been at every meeting that Discover has had in terms of outreach. She has joined multiple business units across the card operations organization and has gained many transferable skills. Her experience across multiple locations and line of business has prepared her well to lead the Chatham office as Director of Operations. If you talk to her, she's a very passionate person, and if you haven't, you'll hear from her today. She's a champion for change and equity, and she wants to encourage employees to come and work as their authentic self, even when it's painful and uncomfortable. And while I'm doing introductions, there's a co-host here, and I'm going to do the intro so they can just tag team onto each other. And that is Michael. He's currently the Director of Supplier Management and Diversity Programs at Discover Financial Services. He's been with Discover for 6 years, and over his broader career has held roles in collections. So we don't want to hear from you from collections, training, technology, and risk management. Michael obtained his MBA from the University of Illinois in 2018. He's a resident of Hyde Park and a DE&I champion. Michael is known as charismatic, solution-oriented, and collaborative, both in and outside the workplace. So without any further ado, let me introduce our guest, let our guest speakers take over.
Thank you so much for that, Melinda. I do have a hard stop at 9:30, which is now, so I won't be able to stay for long, but so I won't, in the interest of time, share the slides that I've prepared. But I will say Discover opened a customer care center in Chatham. We are very, very excited to be here. Our customer care center will house 1,000 employees by 2024. So we're in the process of building out our operations. We currently have close to 100 employees here at our location, and we'll have about 250 by the end of this year, and we'll be fully ramped up by 24. So we are currently in the process of building out our location. We're currently sitting in what we consider a temporary space, which is the back of the house of the old Target, about 18,000 square feet that we've currently renovated. And we still have about 100,000 square feet left to be renovated. That's going to be available to us in November. So we are super excited to be here and be neighbors. I see some familiar names on the call that I've interacted with through our community outreach meetings or through our visit to our site. We've had a few tours of our location. That's been exciting to host and invite people in to see what we're building here. But I did bring along with me my partner, Michael. Michael's actually one of our procurement leaders at Discover, and most of you guys are business leaders, so I'm sure that's what you're here to hear about. So Michael's gonna inform you guys about how to get involved with Discover from a vendor perspective. And then from there, Venetia also is on the phone, and once we get to Q&A, she can answer any questions you guys may have as it relates to the operations, and Michael, of course, can answer any questions you guys have as it relates to vendor management or any of those processes. So with no further ado, sorry I have to leave early, but I'll turn it over to Michael.
Oh,
All right, thank you, Ati. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. I just have a few slides, and I don't think it'll take me long to get through these, so we should have quite a bit of time for Q&A. So as Watif mentioned, we are going to start the process of renovating the larger space, the 100,000 square feet. And some of the opportunities that we have to engage with local owned businesses are for painting. It's a huge space, door installation and maintenance, water cooler maintenance and the ice machines, that sort of thing, air filters, and then also air quality monitoring, infrared inspections to check out what's going on behind the walls, water testing to make sure that, you know, everybody that is employed there is drinking safe water, and then also food and catering. And then in terms of the dates that we're looking at, so the goal is to build out that 100,000 square feet by the end of November. And so right now we're in the process of identifying local and diverse owned businesses to participate in the RFP process. That process will actually kick off at the end of this week. That's when we'll release the RFP. And responses are due by the end of the month. And then from the end of the month through September 15th, we'll go through those RFP responses, score them, reach out with questions, negotiate pricing, and then awards will be announced at the end of September. Yeah, so that's sort of the high level there. Before I sort of dive into our RFP process and maybe tips for responding to it, any high level questions about this timeline or sort of what's coming up in the facility?
Michael, this is Bruce Montgomery. Will all of the items that you mentioned on the upcoming Chatham opportunity be included in the aforementioned RFP?
Yeah, so if your business or you know of a specific business that provides one of these services, if you could either drop it in the chat, or Melinda, I don't know the easiest way, but I can make sure that business. So if you know somebody that does painting, or a business that does it and you want them to participate, I can make sure that they get the RFP.
Yeah, if you get the information to Carlotta, we'll make sure we can get it over to Michael.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bruce. So this is just sort of super high level and probably stuff that you might know already, but just wanted to run through it really quickly in the event that you or someone you know plans to participate in the process. So we normally break our RFPs down into 3 distinct areas. The first is very high level, the objective of the RFP. You know, we're looking to build a 100,000 square foot facility that will employ 1,000 people, the instructions for how to complete it, and our diversity policy. And then the next part of it, or the next chapter, is the scope of the services that we're looking for. So on the prior slide, I shared maybe like 8 or 9 opportunities. It will go into depth about, you know, what do we need from somebody that does infrared inspections and tell you all like the key information there. And then the third part is, you know, how much do you charge for the service, and that sort of information. And so we release our RFPs in 2 ways, via Ariba. And then for folks who don't have that system, we're doing it via Excel. And then everything is scored the same way. And then high level, just some effective tips in responding to our RFPs, things that kind of prevent back and forth and make sure that everybody gets the right opportunity to participate. pay attention to the information provided, like the dates, the point of contact, and the format that we're looking for responses in. All of that is pretty detailed. And then understanding the requirements. So, making sure that you're matching the needs that we're calling out in there. And then the third one is, to the extent that you have questions, ask them to the person that sent the RFP out to you, particularly for this project, because we want to work with as many locally owned businesses as possible. Ask as many questions as you have. There are no bad questions. And we've been really, really intentional about making sure that we're responding to everyone and providing all the information that we have. And then the next one is, really articulate well how your business can provide the services that we need. And so not just sort of a bland response, but, why you're a good fit for the business, how you're uniquely qualified to provide the service, that sort of thing. And also present it to us in different ways, and maybe think ahead for it. So we're also looking for thought partners. This is a big facility. It's a big undertaking. We're trying to do it quickly. We can't think of everything. So that to the extent that your business can position itself as a thought partner to the company, that's greatly appreciated and something that we look out for. And then stay away from upselling. So, if we've got an RFP out there for painters and you also do concrete work, don't tell us about it in the painting RFP, because that's not what we're looking for. Just some sort of high level stuff there, and I'll stop sharing my screen and take any questions if there are any.
Okay.
Could I ask one more question, Michael? If an organization chooses to, let's say, collaborate or partner to provide a solution, so let's say we deem that the implementation of the solution, somebody may provide the equipment, but another person may provide the physical installation of that equipment that is required. Can two organizations submit an RFP response in a collaborative way to describe a comprehensive solution to the application of what they're offering?
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. You could either submit it together, or one company can take the lead and kind of be like a subcontractor to the other. But you can go about it.
Can I call you right back after our membership meeting?
Good morning.
Can I call you?
Sorry, I think we got somebody taking another call off mute.
I put on mute. Go ahead.
Okay. Did you catch that answer, Bruce?
Yes, you said that people can either submit jointly or somebody could take the lead and indicate in their response that they are also collaborating with an organization in a particular role and describe what that role is, with one person taking the lead and one person taking the sub role.
Yep.
Which is a great idea as we talk about building up the community and building up our contractors, Bruce. That's teaming together works quite well to make sure everybody's successful. It's like technical assistance gets to have some contract opportunity. That's the best marriage. So thanks for asking that question. I think I saw another question in the chat. Carletta, can you see him? Can you ask him? Oh, let's see.
I see Tracy said that we do painting and door installation. If I recall correctly, that's the company Pink Hat or Pink Construction or something to that effect. So I will, Tracy, do you mind putting your contact information in there as well?
Yes, and I wouldn't mind partnering also with working with the other female construction company. I was looking for her information in the chat. If you can put your information in the chat, I would love to reach out with you on some projects that we have going on in the area as well.
Good morning, Tracy. I'm sorry, this is Gresham with Mouse Development. I will respond to that, and I was chatting with you as well. I was just going to send that notification.
Okay,
So we will
great.
certainly connect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, were there other questions about the contract opportunities that are coming up at Chatham? And I know Tanisha probably is going to talk about the job component, but Michael, do you have, like, for instance, I know the pay is good, the package is good. Do you have any idea of the hiring process and where they are?
I do not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Okay, all right. The other meeting that we preliminary had with Discover that we knew we couldn't bring all in one meeting is we're going to talk about the card services and how it works and putting that in some sort of, because it actually can go directly into your point of sale systems from our preliminary conversations with Discover. So it's not like as a business owner, you'll have to specifically contract with them to do the card services. It can go into your existing point of sale services. They already have relationships with PNC. They also want to meet with Fifth Third and Liberty Bank, our other financial partners, so that we can streamline that. So we have quite a few of great things coming from Discover, in addition to the contract opportunities, the jobs they're creating, again, the facility, the meeting facility that we'll have. So you need to stay tuned, and we're so glad that they're a CBA member, and that information will be one of the point of contacts in which that information is communicated to you. Michael, is your information in the chat for everyone to get to with the email?
It will be there in about 15 seconds.
Okay. And then, as you know, as you're going after these opportunities, and Michael just mentioned about putting your best foot forward, sometimes as a business owner, you should be enthusiastic and you should put everything in there. But if you want us to take a second look at the RFP, sometimes that objective set of eyes will help maybe some questions that, you know your business so well, and having our eyes look at it, we might be able to ask some questions in terms of information you're missing, or maybe too much information, or it takes you away from the point. So if you want that purview, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to work with you. We have expertise on doing teaming agreements or joint ventures. One is sort of without a structured contract agreement or marrying each other. There's ways to do teaming agreements just for this project. So if you want it, as Bruce suggested, that model, if you want that information, we're more than happy to work with you. And Michael, you should know that as well. So if you get an RFP and maybe you want to shoot it back to us to do some more TA with the person presenting, we can do that as well.
Yeah, I was saying, and I'm available if you get the RFP and you have any questions. I'd be happy to make myself available to help you complete it or answer any questions you might have. Or if I can't answer it, connect you with somebody that can.
Great. Are there any more questions for Michael before we move on? Okay. So Michael, we hope you stay around. But just to let you know what we're doing as a organization, as you know, the SBA Navigator grant is out. The state, the deadline to submit to that SBA Navigator grant for DECO has passed, but the SBA also is requesting for the Navigator grant. As CBA, our plan is to go after the grant. We are identifying spokes at the moment. So if you're interested, and even as a business, you should reach out to us. Tracy, I will also be reaching out to you because we have an opportunity to work with foster kids through ComEd. So, and with your program, there may be a partnership there. So I'm going to ask you publicly to reach out to Beverly so we can set that up, and reach out to Jennifer.
Wonderful.
Okay. Jennifer, do you want to talk about your meeting on Friday in South Shore and give everybody the details, the business to business meeting?
Sure. Hello, everybody again. So Friday, 11 to 1, if you are a property owner, if you are a business, if you are a startup who wants to be on the 79th Street South Shore corridor, which is exchange to commercial, or I want to make sure I have those right. We have so many corridors we're developing on 79th Street, but South Shore is really special. There's a lot of opportunity there. So this workshop will be about, exchanging information, sharing the retail study that we have, encouraging people to get their vacant building up and running, activated. There's money out there to do that. There's a whole streetscape program, a reinvestment that's happening. In 5 years, that whole area is going to be beautiful. So we want people to be involved and up on this now so that they can be a part of it. And, if you're a property owner, like I said, you get some rents, if you can start a business. So there's a lot of things that we're trying to get turning. And this business to business workshop is going to be the place to get all that started if you haven't already gotten involved with the Invest Southwest corridor development, South Shore meetings. There's been a ton of meetings happening since 2020, but we're now on the tail end or the first lap of maybe like a 5-year lap, a 5-year run. And then after that is pretty much will be done. So we want people to come out if this is relevant to you. Again, if you are a property owner or you want to start a business in this corridor, send me your email and in the chat, and I will send you the flyer, and then you should register. Okay, thank you. Did I miss anything?
No, I was just going to also highlight the marketing study we did on 79th Street as part of this Invest Southwest corridor. We did one in Auburn Gresham and we did one in South Shore. But one of the reasons why we're hosting this meeting is we found out there are millions of dollars leaving the community just 5 minutes drive away. If you expand it to 10 minutes away, the dollars increase. So the strategy is when you are losing millions of dollars, we want to come together and get a strategy to bring that back. And when you're talking about millions of dollars, that is just like power. It's not like it's going to come to you. We've got to band together, address safety, address streets and sand with the property owners, with the business owners, and see how do we, what are we missing? What do we feel? What do we start? So this is the first of that strategy meeting. And it also gets us to know the business and property owners so that we can begin, as part of being a corridor manager, we are in a position to ask the city specifically what those businesses need. And our goal is to communicate that, because that's pretty much what we do as an organization, and see how we can make sure that's delivered. So that's important because, as you know, if we can get that money spent in our corridors, that changes the whole dynamics of the corridor. So again, Mr. Atwater and somewhere in the Auburn Gresham, if you want a copy of the market study, you must register. We're having lunch, so we would ask that you also pre-register so that we can accommodate everyone. But this is really for the higher level economic development minded people in our community to meet. So, and Frida, if if we could welcome you to have back, because that input you give us at those meetings is very important. April, are you still on the call?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you quickly update us on the second congressional SBA meeting and what we're doing as a part of that committee?
Yeah, so Melinda is a key, I guess the key person on the SBA, Congresswoman Kelly's Small Business Economic Development Task Force. And we're in the process of working to change and increase the federal revenue for the DBE. So we're in the process, we're going to the rulemaking process, and we're going to present it. And we are partnering with Congressman Rush, Congressman Davis is on board, and Senator Durbin. So they're all taking this on the federal level, which will trickle down to the state and then the local cities and municipalities. So we want to increase that DBE revenue. limit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
On that point, Melinda and April, as Melinda well knows, it is important that those size issues increase, but the bigger issue is the lack of participation by certified Black-owned businesses, period. We are nowhere close to getting our fair share at any level, county, state, city, and federal. And so it is true, there are firms of substance that are, at the cap, and that's, kind of crazy because they're competing against billion-dollar companies, and they're told that if they get to a few $1 million, that they're too big. But the bigger issue is, of the billions of dollars spent, Black businesses are steady on a downhill slide to the bottom. The minority business category has been, I can't use the proper language to say how it's been twisted, because Black people are coming up short in that category. Now, how is a category that was, fought for and died for by the John Lewises and the Dr. Kings that be created in the first place for Blacks to get a participation? And now white women are leading the pack, and everybody else is running away with all the money, and Black business on the outside. If you want to do something, what you need to do is you need to create a category just for Black people, just like the Native Americans have. Now, you might not like me saying this, but this is my responsibility to say it. And so we have to have some kind of opportunity that takes a look at giving Black businesses their fair share of business opportunities and as tax-paying citizens. Because if you look at, we pay taxes in all these various jurisdictions, but we don't benefit from these programs. And then these programs have to fight for survival, with disparity studies and this kind of stuff every year. So again, while I appreciate the leadership of extending the cap, and I know somebody might feel good as they faint across the finish line having accomplished it, the bottom line is too many Black people are on the outside looking in of all these procurement vehicles. And there needs to be a serious effort of monitoring and enforcing, and, without data, is nothing happening. So with all due respect, we need to address the formative issues of Black people getting a specific category where we can track spend with Black community and make sure that that spend is coming up to our position in the American economy coast to coast.
And Bruce, one of the reasons we went down this path is that in 2019, a lot of the Black businesses graduated out of the DBE program.
Yes.
And the city follows the federal guidelines. So again, it is part of that initiative. Specifically, a lot of us it's a mixed group, but it was led by the numbers of Black businesses, especially on that DBE level where the contracts are more substantive, that we knew we needed to increase the numbers, even in order to help.
No question about it. If you look at the airport and the transportation related contracts where DBE is clearly a part of that figure, we have our engineering firms and our architectural firms and our general contractors. For them to be capping out is completely ridiculous. And they're, a 20, 30, $40 million company, and somebody else is a, 2, 4, 5, 8, $12 billion company. So we have to have some mechanisms that expand. And I certainly support the Congresswoman's leadership, your leadership on this area. But I also want to speak to the fact that at the bottom end of the scale, we'll never get people on the treadmill when they're being avoided at all costs of making sure that they're being included. So we have to have, these terms get, you hear this people of color, indigenous, all the different categories of people that are stacking in things. And when you spread them all out, you looked at Black people and they're, 0.1% of the total participation. So we must look at both ends of this coin. And I know that the Congressman has had a lot of conversations with some of the business leaders about the need of looking at, when Perrin Mitchell started the 8A program, some decades ago, this was clearly an effort to address what we're talking about right now. But again, thanks for your leadership, and certainly would love to support your efforts. And, nobody has been more eloquent on this topic than you, Melinda, and I appreciate your effort.
Yeah, we can come on the show and talk about this more. Ms. Ms. Towns, I wonder, do you have any announcements for us?
Besides giving Bruce a high five from my living room, like I've been with Bruce since I came to Chicago in 2005 and he's still on it. And hey, I'm always there to support. But okay, my CPS hat. Okay, CPS hat. We've had a series of partnerships. We did this workshop series where we taught people how to apply for contracts. Then after we did that, what to look out, what to do with your proposals. Yesterday, we had a partnership with the state of Illinois and Far South Community Development Council to teach people the road to certification. I have to give like hats off to Carlos with the state of Illinois, Carlos Gutierrez. He did a phenomenal job. He did a step-by-step workshop. We had, I think, 38 participants on that call. I sort of threatened them in a way like, hey, now I need to make sure we have 38 certified minority businesses so I can stalk them. And then also we have a partnership with Google where we're teaching businesses how to grow your business the Google way. So our first workshop, we're doing 3 Wednesdays in the row. First workshop starts tomorrow. And then tomorrow's the 14th, the 21st, and then the 28th. And then thanks to Chatham Business Association and your wonderful partnerships, we partner with Chase Bank on 67th Street, right down the street, to make sure that they're teaching educate businesses about financial education. They don't use the word financial literacy because it makes it seem like you're illiterate. So I'm like, yay, financial education. So that's on the 28th. And then the big partnership, I mean, everything Bruce said is in my head, like drilled, because I talk to Melinda all the time when we're looking for pest control. You would think like back in the day with so many African-American pest control businesses and just trying to make them go to the water. They can't drink, they won't drink, but I can lead you there, you won't do it. But giving you cps.edu/procurement. I'm gonna put our information in the chat. Some of the contracting opportunities that I have coming up, heavy equipment, production services, that's due in a couple of weeks. This is a good one, but I wish I could find African-American support with football equipment purchasing and reconditioning for athlete safety. You would think so many African-American athletes, if I was an athlete and I'm not playing anymore, hey, I will find a way to recondition or come up with a way to build some equipment so they can have it in our communities. So that's out now. My next one, parking lot rental. We don't really own all the property down there to do the parking lot rental. Can't find anybody for that. And then a benefits audit. That's a CPR that just popped up. I didn't see this one. So that one just popped up. And then also if anybody within the education realm, we have our supplemental, basically our PD, professional learning services, that's due in 7 days. So I will put our information in the chat, also the information for the Google workshop that is tomorrow. And of always, thank you for allowing me to be here.
No problem. I just wanted to mention too, don't forget that Chatham Business Association, we have a national account so that if small businesses need machinery to execute a contract or they want to go after the contract, we have the ability to rent at a very competitive rate, heavy equipment so that you can participate in that contract, which we're helping to take off the table of you having to purchase it or put it in your cost long-term, especially if you have the know-how or the skills to operate it. As these contracts get larger on CDOT and IDOT and other things, talk to us about that because we can help you with the planning and the financing and management of it. Are there any other announcements that I am missing? I do encourage you, Jennifer put the information in for the South Shore workshop that the business owners, you register, that you get the market study so that you see what, and we've broken down the market study by industry, who's buying exactly what, from food to restaurants to everything, because the goal is if you know someone or a good business who is operating, you would want to invite them so that we can have them come there, look at the real estate. We have the entire inventory in Auburn, Gresham, and South Shore. We know what's vacant, what's available, what taxes are paid, what's not, what the square footage is. Our goal is, while we're in that area, to fill it up so that we can have that continuity of the businesses from 79th all the way from South Shore to Auburn, Gresham, which includes Chatham. So we just hope that you get that information and that we see you on Friday. Am I missing any other? I need to also do a really good thanks to Liberty Bank, who is on the phone, as well as Wendy's always helping us as we try and work with the different projects to make it easier for contractors, and specifically most of our members are Black in terms of, but for all of our businesses to participate. Again, the good news is there is a large amount of work, and the challenge is there's a large amount of work. So the gap has expanded. So we're going to have to work as leaders more cohesively. I see Venetia has some announcements. So Venetia, do you want to jump in? Carlotta, did you say Venetia has some announcements?
Where'd she go? Venetia? Okay, I guess not.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, I'm sorry, I was on camera, and of course, the usual, forgot to unmute myself. Yes, we do have opportunities to work at the call center coming up, and I'll put the link in the chat for people that might know people that want to apply. I know that was one thing that Baptiste thought might be a question, so I did want to just let you guys know that if that's if you know anyone interested in becoming agent, please apply. We'll be taking new agents again in the next couple of weeks.
And I also saw a couple of management positions. Did I see that, Venetia, too, advertised?
For Chatham, I'm not sure if it was for Chatham, but we do have agents,
Okay.
and actually there's the opportunities to advance to coaches and managers within the Chatham call center, because it is new.
Can you remind people to pay? Because I think it's great, and some of the benefits that Discover offers.
I want to, I will have to I'll put that in the chat as well. I'll confirm that I'm here at the center, but I want to say it's right around $18 an hour.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I heard too. And they also pay with ongoing education, and they also have a benefits package. Okay.
Tuition, 100% tuition, and then a great benefits package. That's why I'm here.
And Cynthia, are you on the line? I know you have a couple of workshops you're putting together for Auburn Gresham. Do you want to say those really quickly?
Yes, thank you, Melinda. So yes, we're putting on our next Auburn Gresham workshop for the corridor for the businesses. We're going to have to get that information out, but we're working on that now to answer questions for the businesses and support them. And we'll get. And so we'll get that on the website and get that information out to everyone. Thank you.
And the final thing, Chatham Business Association is also, during the pandemic, and one of the challenges we're hearing from the businesses, everybody's number one thing right now is also getting skilled workforce. So by default, or in order to support the businesses, we had to move into providing training and programs to help residents either obtain transferable skills or to improve their skills so that they're in line for the energy jobs that are coming up, be it from solar, from the manufacturing of electric cars and the batteries that operate. A lot of those large businesses are here in Illinois. So those jobs are in the mix. So the goal is to get folks ready, because the pandemic changed some of the jobs we have in some of these in-person jobs. And what we do see is that people are wondering, they don't know if they want to go back to the job the way it was. So what we decided to do as an organization is to pivot and make sure we can help those folks identify their own path. So for instance, a lot of the folks who were formerly receptionists who were unemployed, when COVID shut down, they lost their jobs. But there are some transferable skills that we can add to those qualities that can put them in the medical billing or coding jobs. So things like that, it's just a matter, we've got great organizations out here. It's just a matter of putting them in the pathway and connecting them so they don't waste time trying to figure it out, opening the doors. We are specifically partnering with city colleges. We've got a great relationship with the Daily Center, and we've got our relationship with Olive Harvey. So in light of everything that's coming in transportation, logistics, energy, we're on our third cohort that we just started. We had 50 people show up at RJ Daily just that Thursday to do this hybrid. And I need to thank ComEd for helping us being responsive to this, as they also are trying to get folks trained and make sure that they can participate and they're attractive to these large entities. So if you have folks that you know, because right now, post-COVID, we all need a little bit of encouragement. We almost need a team behind us to rally us to the finish line. Send them to us. Gloria, I don't think she's on the phone, but Gloria has been a great job of taking that information, making sure she's in touch with everybody and helping us get this going. So feel free, if you call, you know you're going to get Beverly, but she'll make sure it gets to the right person. So don't forget we have that. And as a small business, you're also going to need those skilled folks that we have touched so that we can give you some information on their resume and they're ready, because all small businesses cannot afford to have a bad employee, especially in these times, or unskilled employee, or someone who they're not bad, but it's just not a good match. Tracy, I see your hand up. Do you want to say something? Or is it?
Yeah, yes. Do you all have grants to provide, like out of the state of Indiana? The grants are coming out with next level jobs for teaching the skills. So right now, because I'm a registered nurse by trade for over 24 years, but I will be teaching a class, the homemakers, so homemakers, patient care assistants, and they'll get a certification. And then I'll also be doing one in farming, a class in farming with the farmers, as well in agriculture and horticulture, as well as basic construction, basically core construction. I just graduated with NCCER. I took the course through NCCER, and it was free, it was paid. And so we're paying our students, we're providing like gas cards and vouchers for our students that sign up. So I will be providing those 3 classes for construction, farming, and homemaker certification. If you're taking care of auntie, grandmama, cousin, uncle, and you're not getting paid for, you can get paid through the state by taking care of your loved ones, or going out getting a job at a home health agency. So I will be sharing, I can share that information with you all as well. But for the state of Illinois, do they provide the same type of grants? Do you know?
So I'm sure that they do, but Chatham Business Association, we make sure that everyone in our workforce development is paid. You have to be paid in order to improve the skills. People can't afford not to be. We also have supportive services around in terms of ride sharing and those type of, so I think it mirrors the same thing. There may be opportunity for partnership. And as I mentioned earlier, you and Jennifer and I could talk offline and see what we can collaborate on, because it seems like our missions align in a lot of different levels. Is that good, Tracy? Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. You know how you be doing stuff and you're trying to find the mute button to hurry up and unmute when you call your name. Sorry about that. Yes, ma'am, I would love to.
Okay. So again, I think we will go over the minutes from the last meeting at the very next meeting. But I want to thank everyone for joining us. We are in deep discussions. We really do want to get back in person. Not that we will ever totally alleviate virtual, because we recognize there is some convenience to doing that, but we also do want to get back in person with each other, talk to each other. We miss the great food from that community. So we really want to, we're working on that diligently. Carlette and Jennifer are in the process of, that's one of their priorities. Michael, are you still on the phone? Is there opportunities? We have quite a few great restaurants in the area for catering and things like that.
Absolutely. And yes, I'm still here.
Okay.
I didn't talk about that today because I'm not sure exactly what the larger plans are. But we will be like catering from restaurants on a daily basis for the foreseeable future. So definitely.
We got
So
great
if
restaurants. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say if you're a restaurant owner, I'll put my email address back in the chat because so many messages have come through since then. But if you're a restaurant owner, shoot me an email with like your contact information, the type of cuisine that you serve, a website if you have one, you know, whatever contact information that you have. And then I'll have someone else follow up with you with information about what our plans are, because I'm not clear on them right now.
Okay, and we can partner with you there too. We do a Taste of Chatham pre-COVID every year, so we could do that where they all get to bring in a bit of their cuisines and their menus so that the folks everybody's familiar with it, but then we can introduce them to the Discovery Center too. That's a good way for you to know all of them.
Yeah, I would be very interested. Yeah.
Okay. Corey, did you have any announcements that you wanted to make before we left?
Hi, Melinda. Yeah, no announcements from ComEd's perspective, but we always are offering financial assistance as well as energy efficiency opportunities for those business owners that would like to take advantage of those programs and services. Certainly contact ComEd directly or contact me and I could facilitate that.
All right, that sounds good. So without any further ado, I think, again, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Everyone knows who they should be able to get in contact with us. So if there are no other further questions, we'll just adjourn the meeting and thank our guests for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thanks for having me. Everybody have a good day.
Miss
Have a wonderful
Melinda,
day.
I don't see your information in the chat.
I just text you, Tanya.